Donna spotted a knot of people on the beach, all pointing towards the pier, or more accurately, pointing under it. Jim couldn't make out their words above the surf noise, but he could see they were shouting, "Hey, there's a kid in trouble!" Jim heard the guy in the fishing spot next to him say. The man was straining forward over the railing, looking down at something. Back from the beach, Jim heard a scream break through the muffle of the ocean. A large woman with a styrofoam swimboard under one arm was rushing into the water, waving her free arm and yelling and pointing. Jim stood up off his perch and leaned over the railing in front of him. He couldn't see a thing. Donna crossed over the pier and looked over the opposite railing, but couldn't see anything either. But they both saw a red boogie board, a big Spider-Man figure on it, about 20 feet from the pier and floating quickly away from it. And then up came a high-pitched, "Help! Help!" right from under their feet. "That kid is trapped under the pier," someone shouted. "Help!" came the voice again. A man next to them was on his cell phone. "It doesn't have an address, darling. It's the Surfside Pier. There's a kid in the ocean stuck underneath it, and he's in trouble. Send someone, quick!" They still couldn't see the boy. The planks of the pier were too close together. Donna got down on one knee and shouted, "Hang on, help is on the way." "Help!" "Hang on, honey," Donna yelled back. "What's your name?" "Help me." "Help is coming. What's your name?" "Tanner." "Hang on, Tanner." A few of the old-timers left their post at the end of the pier and now craned their neck out over the railing. People moved up and down the little section of the walk, but there was nothing anyone could do from up there. Jim could see that they were anxious. "If he hangs on to those pilings too long, those fish hooks will tear him up," someone said. The woman with the styrofoam bodyboard was obviously the boy's mother. She was stalled in front of the breakers. She wanted to swim out to him, but already struggled in the water up to her shoulders, helpless. "Hang on, Tanner, hang on," Donna kept shouting. "I can't, I can't." It was maybe 18 feet from the deck of the pier to the ocean below. No higher, really, than the high dive platform at the Holdridge Public Pool back home. Jim didn't want to think about the hooks, didn't want to think about the sharks. He didn't say a word to Donna, just fished his cell phone out of one pocket and his billfold out of the other and handed them to her. He kicked off his shoes and lifted one leg and then the other over the railing. He stood there for a moment, his hands behind him, holding onto the wood. Then pushing himself out as far away from the pilings as he could, he jumped.